Hey you guys, how you doing today? I'm going to be doing a reading for people dealing with Scorpio. My name is Elizabeth and Healing Tarot Messages. Again, the messages they are a tarot reading, but also I focus more on finding out what the issue is and how you guys can overcome it, like working on healing yourselves in the situation. So you take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I don't need everybody stressed the fuck out about life and shit that's not really happening, okay? But here we go. Some of you, whoever it is that you've been dealing with, have suffered low self-esteem. Now, if you're suffering low self-esteem because this individual did something to you, and it seems like it's either they said something to you that hurt you, that caused you to react, and you ended up hurting that person as well, but it wasn't, you didn't want to hurt them, but it was like you were protecting yourself from whatever they were giving to you. And the other situation is that they hurt you by deceiving you and not being honest with you. So take whatever story resonates with you, but the way I see it is either they came at you with this bad energy, they came at you like that, and you ended up attacking basically because they came at you. And the deceptive part of it is some of the people you've been dealing with already have a family, because that's what I'm seeing here. Or they deceived you into thinking that that would be a possibility at some point, and now you're sitting here heartbroken because of it. But understand that what people have going on, it's their shit, okay? It's not yours. Don't internalize it. Don't feel bad about it. Hi, Ophelia. How are you doing? So I'm sorry. I feel really anxious with you guys. When you have low self-esteem, it's hard for you guys to come out of it. It's easier to slip into a depression because it's like you feel like something's wrong with you. And it's not that something's wrong with you, regardless of what words may have been exchanged or actions may have taken place. It's not you. So don't feel like you did something wrong or like you're not good enough, okay? Because it's not factual. Everybody has their own shit that they're dealing with, and some people just don't know how to communicate or come at the situation correctly and be honest and let you know what's really going on. So if you're feeling in the place where you're just like, you're not good enough, stop, okay? Because you are good enough and you are worth having love. And it just might be that this is not the right person for you. And there's something that you need to get out of this. And this might help you to get to that place where you're ready to work on yourself and start building up your self-esteem. And building up self-esteem is real simple. Find simple things that will help you start building your confidence and regain that, and start finding the self-love, even if it's going to the gym or doing something simple tasks, whatever it is for you. Start that way because you'll start rebuilding your confidence, okay? It's going to be a slow and steady growth, but you're going to get there. Now, there is plenty of abundance for everyone. Right now everybody's fucking running around like it's the end of the world and there's not enough for anything. And I don't get me started with this coronavirus bullshit. But there is enough. You just have to step into your power. You have to basically go out there and get what you want. If you believe that you can't have something, then naturally you're not going to have it because you can't get it. You feel like, oh, I can't have this. I'm never going to have this. I'm not good enough. That's what you're going to keep putting out. So everything's always going to end up blocked. You have to change that mindset. You have to change the energy, because once you start acknowledging like, yes, I can have this, I can do this, I can have whatever the fuck I want, everything starts opening up for you. You just have to shift your mindset. And I'm not saying it's a fucking easy shift, because it's not, especially for people that grew up in the hood and you're coming from poverty and a fucked up ass background. I know firsthand it ain't shit easy about changing your fucking mindset because you're used to having nothing, literally nothing. So it's a process, so that's why it's important for you to surround yourself with people that have the things that you want, the things that you're really looking for, that's going to help you improve and change your character and who you are and who you want to be. Okay, you have to find those positive people. And sometimes it's cutting out the people that you've known your whole life because they're toxic. And a lot of these people, man, they don't change. They still be on the block doing the same shit day in, day out. The shit that they seen for generations fucking past. It's like a vicious cycle that keeps going. Somebody has to step up and break that cycle in order for your future generations to have a chance at a better life. Okay. And it's a hard task. It's like, it's difficult, you know. But some of you are already conscious. You're really aware of what's going on in the world. You're aware that things need to change. You understand that you do create your life. Okay. You create your heaven, you create your hell by your thoughts. And if you look at life, I find it interesting because you see people that live, you know, the good life, they have money, they have everything, and everything seems to come easily to them. And you look at people that are from the hood that live in poverty and are constantly struggling just to make ends meet, you know. And that's because of the mindsets. They believe that everything has to be fought for, everything has to be a struggle to be attained. And that's not factual, you know. It's like that because our parents raised us like, no, you know, we don't have enough for this and we can't do this and we got to fight for this, you know, and it's fucking hard. It's hard to get out of that. I've spent a lot of years going through like phases of where I'm going to where I'm at right now, you know. But understand that once you change your thought process, everything's going to start working out for you and you are going to create a better life. And this situation, I don't know if you guys are currently talking right now. I'm going to assume no, because the last conversation seems to not have gone very well. But it's necessary to let the situation breathe. Okay, give it time, because when you're both very heated and you're at each other's throats, it's only going to make things worse. And you're going to say a lot of things that you don't mean and that the other person might not mean, and you're going to hurt each other's feelings. And words last forever. Okay, people hold on to certain fucking things and they never ever forget it. So sometimes it's better to say, you know what, I'm going to take a walk. I'm not dealing with you right now. Let me calm down and we can reassess. It's, believe me, I know I'm hot-headed sometimes and I don't give a fuck. Once you push me to the limit, all right, you want to do this? Let's do this. But it's not always the best option. Sometimes taking a step back, and I like to say looking at it like you're watching a movie or you're, you know, watching a play, like you're watching something happen. Because if you can step back and get out of your feelings, because it's all it is, it's our emotions, and we could get out of that space and really see what's happening, it's that that individual is going through something and they don't know how to properly express it or handle it. So they're taking it out on you. You know, they're lashing out at you because they're in their feelings and they don't know how to control it. You know, a lot of us weren't taught how to deal with our feelings or even properly express our feelings because shit, if you grew up how I did, I wasn't allowed to have no feelings. It's like, oh, you're crying, shut the fuck up. Oh, you're mad, change your fucking attitude. You know, that's life, you know, and for me, that's normal. And a lot of us grew up that way. So understand that if that's the type of background they had, it's a lot of childhood shit that has them repressed and fucked up. But there is going to be balance brought back because they keep showing me balance being brought back to the situation. You do have all the tools that you need to make this happen. And this is, again, you guys have a spiritual connection. So whatever this union is, it doesn't always have to be romantic. You know, it can be, however, familial, partnerships through work, however it resonates for you. But you guys do have this connection and it's important. And that's what's going to help you guys rebuild this. But you have to set your intention, because when you set, there's 222. Sorry, there's 222 right here, right now. Set your intentions, okay? And when I say set your intentions, it's not every fucking detail of what you want to happen and how you want it to happen. It's the outcome I want, you know. I want to have a great job where I don't have to be stressed out and worried about money and living paycheck to paycheck. If that's your intention, when you get very specific and into the details on the type of job and how much money and all of that shit, it gets more complicated and it kind of starts blocking you off. Okay, so be specific in what you want, because they're saying now you need to go into meditation. It's not about asking questions. It's really sitting still and getting in alignment with yourself. So that way, whatever you need will come to you. And if you're a person like me that it's hard to sit still and just be like, okay, I'm ready for this. No. I do standing meditation. Qigong is my favorite because it gets the energy flowing and moving, or walking out in nature because there's nothing there, birds and trees and air. So do something like that that's going to help you clear your mind. And don't have your phones. Turn them shits off for a little while, disconnect from everything so that way you can focus. But they're saying meditation is necessary right now so that way you can set your specific intention and what it is that you're going for. And for those of you that are dealing with contracts, or even in this situation, make sure you're paying attention to the small details. Somebody has issues speaking up and communicating. My throat chakra is starting to act crazy now. So please work on your throat chakra if you're the person that can't communicate. Excuse me. But there's something that you're missing, like you're overlooking the little details. Don't do that, especially if you're going with contracts, business, work, whatever it is. Read the small print, read everything, okay? You don't want to overlook something and end up fucking yourself in the long run. So please look into that. And whatever this situation is, if it was a familiar situation where they had a family or something happened, look further into it because there's something that you're not seeing, okay? Maybe they're not expressing it. Maybe you don't have the whole story. Maybe it was one night stand that turned into a whole nother thing. Just be smart and look into the situation, okay? And then now we have 444 and 111. So if you're seeing any of these fucking numbers, look up what they mean because those are your guys that are giving you messages. And I'm tired of seeing all these numbers personally. At this point, I'm just like, give me what the fuck y'all gonna give me. Stop with this shit. Embrace who you are, okay? This goes back to the self-esteem. Don't try to be what someone wants you to be just because in your mind you think that's your person, okay? Because when you start putting on these masks and you start acting in a certain manner just to keep someone, you're going to be miserable. At some point, all of this falls away because your authentic self, your soul inside is fucking dying. And you're going to become more sad and more depressed and to the point where you're not really functioning in life. So you really have to get to a point where you are authentically you and take off all these fucking masks that you got on. So that way the right people come to you. So the right relationships come to you. Because as long as you keep on with this shit, I'm telling you because I've been that person. I've been the people pleaser. I've been the person that's like, oh yes, whatever you want. I'll be whatever you want me to be. And I shut my own shit down, and it caused me a lot of suffering. I spent years and years and years not being happy or being who the fuck I truly am, and it's fucked me up because I became a cold-hearted bitch. I really did. So to open that back up to be the good person, it's been a process. And I'm not saying do it all at one time. Do it a little bit at a time. Find the little things that you can work on, the things that do make you feel good about yourself. And if you need to block this person, block this person. You need to delete them, whatever it is. Just be like, yo, I ain't fucking with you right now. Like, I got shit I need to heal. I got shit I need to work on, and do it that way. There's something in your environment. I don't know if you guys live together. And if you do live together, then it's going to be harder for you to work on your self-esteem and working on making yourself better. I'm being honest, a lot of this shit I've already gone through, and I like to help people to avoid the bullshit I've been through because it's a lot of unnecessary suffering. Okay, so don't look at it like I've been through a lot of shit. I might not look like it, but believe me, I have. So some of you might have to switch your environment. You might have to leave the house or job, wherever. It's gonna have to change, So don't feel like, fuck, I'm stuck and I can't change anything. You can, all right? You just have to be smart about it and take your time. And I don't know if you guys have the same type of upbringing or you have different belief systems. And this is more relevant in people that grew up differently and have. It could be religion. It could be. I'm not a religious person. So, all right. So for those of you, if this is a religious difference, you have to find a way to compromise and work through that. But if it's not religious and it's more of you have these codes that you live by. Like, oh, well, my boy fucked with you, I can't fuck with you. My girl fucked with you, I can't fuck with you. And I want to say it's respectable to an extent, but at the same time, you're also cutting yourself off from people that are probably meant to be in your life. You know, if this person wasn't in love and they didn't have kids together and there was no family, then you might want to reassess your for not talking to on a fucking technicality, and the other person is with somebody else living their best life, and here you are cutting yourself off from a person that's meant for you on some, you know, out of respect, we'll say that. But again, these things are things that hold us back, because that's what happens when you become more enlightened and you become more aware. You start realizing that sometimes people enter your life, but it's because there's something that they need from you or something you need from them, and you help each other to grow and help each other to see things. So for this, I feel like some of you, it is going to be a commitment and it is going to be a marriage, just because I got seeing a ring and a cross. So for me, that is religion. That's like a church, things like that. But you have to be very vigilant and aware of what's going on. So I feel like there's something in the works that you're not fully seeing, you're not aware of right now. But if you're in a situation, if you're with this individual and you're living with this person and you know there's someone else that you're interested in, you have to allow yourself to get out of this. Okay. You have to take control of your life, because if you don't take control of your life, you're always going to keep having the same fucking outcome. Shit's always going to go left. You're going to live your fucking entire life settling and being miserable. And for what? Don't do that to yourself. Our lives weren't here. We weren't given life to be miserable. We weren't given life to settle for less than. We were given life to be happy and create what we want to create. The problem is that society has us so fucked up thinking that the work, eat, sleep cycle is what life is. And it's not. That shit's modern day fucking slavery. Don't do that to yourself. Create your own shit. Create your own business so you have the freedom to move around and live your life and go on vacations. Do what you want to do, okay? But whatever this is, you know, go back. Sometimes it's necessary to revisit your morals and your values and your loyalties. That's the word. Check your loyalties, because the people that you're like, I'm loyal to this person, I'm this, I'm that, they probably not as loyal as you are. They probably not going to do what you would do for them. They're not going to go as hard or be as respectful or anything. And here you are being a loyal ass person to this. Don't do that to yourself, because literally these days it's very, very fucking rare and far and few between that you're going to find somebody that has the same loyalty you have, especially in the streets. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. It definitely ain't how it used to be. So you and this individual have a lot of passion. So if this is either the person you're dealing with or the person you're trying to go to, there is a lot of passion between you guys. You guys have a lot of chemistry. So, you know, you might want to pass up the shit that's not working out so good, the person that's making you feel not so good. You want to give that up, okay? Because time is precious. We have a limited date. We have an expiration. We all have an expiration date. And that's what a lot of us don't realize. We're like, oh, we'll get to it. Or, oh, I have tomorrow and I have this. And the reality is we don't know what the fuck we have. We can die right now and that's it. It's over. And you wouldn't have done the things that you were put here to do. You wouldn't have accomplished the things that you've wanted to accomplish. So don't waste people's time. You know, that's my biggest thing. And it pisses me off when people waste my time, because whatever the situation is, come at me correct. Tell me the fucking truth and let me decide what I do and don't want to deal with. Don't come at me with half truths or being completely sneaky and lying to me. Don't do that, okay? Nobody likes to waste their fucking time, and nobody likes to be left in the fucking dark. It's facts. I'm sorry, but people don't. And when people do this, it's because they're afraid. The way they grew up, they were probably so afraid of being honest because of the reaction they were going to get and the type of discipline that was going to follow, that they just started lying. And these are things that you have to start healing and realize that, oh, when this happens, why do I react like this? When somebody starts getting close to me, why do I push? Going to talk to you? Then cool. Then that's not your person. keep it moving. You know, people that don't have the best intentions for you. And for some of you, this started in the winter, or it's going to start formulating in the winter, okay? But whatever it is, it's going to manifest. So maybe it started manifesting this winter. Good. I'm having a hard time talking. It started manifesting this winter, but understand your deepest desires, what's in your heart, that's what's going to come to fulfillment. Whether or not you've expressed this, universe is going to try to bring to you because that's truly what you want. You're playing a whole nother part over here. Fine. Live that life. Be miserable, you know, because that's all it is. You're settling and you're going to live a miserable last life, whether it's for money, popularity, whatever reason it is. Damn it. I'm sorry. I have to keep pausing because the internet. Okay. So it's going to come to fruition, okay? And everything happens for the highest good. Don't look at it. All of this that's happening and working on, whatever your creative art is, this is your inspiration, okay? You have to work on it and start putting it out there, start communicating, start doing the things that you love doing, okay? Because that's going to help you build that confidence. Even if my biggest thing, don't compare yourself to anyone else, okay? While we all might do the same things or might all have the same gifts or the same talents, we are not all the same. And everyone brings something unique to the table. So the minute you start comparing yourself to someone else or feeling like you're in competition with somebody else, don't. The only person you're in competition with is the person you was yesterday. So all you got to do is be better than who you were yesterday. You don't got to be better than the next person. You don't got to be as good as this person. You be the best you can be, and you keep it pushing, okay? Because that's a lot of the society. They have us gassed the fuck up, and we all hating each other and fighting each other and always going against each other. And our women are so fucking beat down. Our men are so shut down, and it's fucked up. It is fucking horrible. It's not fair. But understand that for some of you, there is going to be some type of career path that's coming up. Okay, so make sure whatever it is that your creative talent is, keep working on it, keep focusing on it, okay, because that's going to open up your new path, that's going to open up your new road. So I don't know specifically what each of you are doing, but whatever it is that you're best at, focus on that and don't focus on the outside world, okay? You put your energy into what you're doing. It doesn't matter if anyone else believes in you. Fuck all of it, okay? You Thank you, Mohammed. That's sweet. Thanks, Steve. I don't know if you're still on, but thank you. Um, yeah, they're saying it's time to chase your dreams, okay? And expand your horizons. Like for me, when I started this, it started as a channel for me to share my life because I've been through a lot of shit and I feel like my stories will help someone else survive their life and see that just because you were dealt a shitty hand in life doesn't mean that you have to be a shitty person for the rest of your life. Okay, you have the choice to either be damaged and mean and hateful or to still be loving and happy and giving. Okay, you have that option. And if you don't know my story, I have videos posted either on YouTube and some on Facebook, but believe me, they're there. And if you hear some of the shit I've been through, you probably be like, this is fucking crazy. But believe me, by the time I was 19, I went through more shit than most people go through in their whole fucking lives. So go after your dreams. Go after it. Right now is the perfect time, right? We're all in fucking quarantine. We're stuck at home. We can't do shit. Focus on it. Work on it. Do it. Make it happen. If you want to talk, you want to sing poetry, put it on YouTube. Put it on Facebook. It's not that I was fucking anxious. When I first started, I was nervous as fuck. I was like, I don't know what the fuck these people are going to think. I did it anyways. Fuck it. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what people think about me. My purpose is to help people heal and help this fucking world get back to a better place, because that's the biggest thing. Nobody's healing. Nobody communicates. Everybody's shut down. So that needs to get brought up and healed. Okay. And some of you are going to be, it is going to be a relationship, and some of you might be invited to some parties or something that's going to be going on. But You have a close friend that's really kind-hearted, gentle, kind of very young, like almost immature, like, but it could just be their energy. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are immature. And maybe they are childlike. You take it how it resonates. So if that is your person or whatever, that might be your new relationship. So if that has been something that you've wanted with this person and they are a little bit immature, just understand they're just immature and that's what it is. Now, Spirit wants you to pray. For those of you that do not pray or don't believe in none of this shit, I get it. But when I say pray, look at it as when you start praying, imagine that you're just putting out your desire to the universe. And the more you pray, the more energy you're putting into that desire. So if you have the same prayer every morning, let's say you wake up, you say, I'm grateful for this, that, and the third, my health, my house, my car, my kids, and you do that every day and you ask for protection or you ask for guidance or you ask for whatever it is that you need, and you do this on a consistent basis, you're building the momentum, you're putting the energy into this so that it can start happening for you. Okay, because they're saying once you start doing this, the answers are going to start coming to you, and the support that you need and the people that you need are going to start gravitating towards you. But you have to be authentically you in order for this to happen. So it's necessary for you to go and heal the wounds that you have, even the shit that you forgot you had from childhood. And you're like, I don't need, I'm good. None of that shit affected me. That shit affected you. It affected you because now you have triggers and you're just like, damn, I just spazzed on this person and I don't even know why I spazzed. So there are triggers, there are things that need to be healed. And you have to do that, okay? Because being false is not going to get you anywhere except false. You're not going to get real people, real situations, or things that are genuinely meant for you. You're going to keep on hitting dead ends. And that's what happens when you keep hitting these dead ends. You're just like, damn, why doesn't this job ever work out? Why doesn't this ever work out? You're chasing the wrong things. Don't chase after money. Chase after your passion. Chase after what your heart desires, what you love, and everything else is going to fall into place. Okay, because they're showing me I have this the sun card. So whatever it is that you're going after, it's going to come to fruition. You're going to have a new beginning, but you have to believe in you. Fuck if anybody else says you believe in you. When you start believing in you and you start taking actions for you, they'll come. Believe me, the right people will come to you. And this person, if they're coming to offer you love, you're very defensive and you're very guarded towards them right now. And that's fine. It's okay to be defensive. It's okay to be guarded, especially if they've been really shitty to you and they've been hiding and manipulating situations and keeping you in the dark. So make sure when they come, you demand the truth. Don't take anything less than the truth, because if you do, you're going to only be fucking yourself in the long run. So ask all the questions in the world that you need to ask, because right now it's like again, remember when I said it's like watching a movie? People project things. So when people are projecting, it's not because they're like you did something. It's not that you did something. It's that they feel some type of way inside, and that's how they get it out. So if you're wise enough to kind of step back and not let your feelings get the best of you, then you'll be able to deal with this and be able to probably smooth over whatever's going on, because this person is very, very fucking guarded and they're holding on, but it looks like they're more focused on maintaining their financial abundance than working on their, like, fucking, it's horrible. Like, you got to find a way to break through that. So if it's you or this other person, you really have to find a way to open your heart back up. Like a flower, when the flower sprouts up, it's closed, it's like a little bud, and it starts opening. And the more it opens, the more abundance, and the bees and everything else are able to come to it. Hi, are you yourself because you're looking at it, attaining it, because they're showing me right now that there is going to be victory in this situation for you. They're showing me specifically that there's going to be victory in a partnership for you. Now, it could be business or it could be actual relationship. You take it. Sorry, internet is fucked up on the other end. So, okay, here we go. But luck is on your side right now. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about, that you've been putting off, that you haven't been working on, do that, okay? Don't let whatever happened with this individual have you so fucked up. Damn this fucking internet. Any day now. Don't let whatever happened with this person have you so in your head that you forget are gonna now they are encouraging you to follow your path. They're encouraging you to follow your desires right now. But in doing this, like I said, they want you to figure out what patterns it is that you have that hold you back. What it is that maybe, like me, for the longest time, I didn't understand why I would have a hard time completing things. Like I would start shit, probably ADD a little bit. Yes, I do have ADD, but I would start things and then I'm over here and then I'm over there and everything was like half done. So it's more of my personal shift from childhood because my mom used to take me out of everything that I ever started. So these are patterns that you keep repeating as an adult until you heal them. So whatever it is, however you respond in relationships, to projects, assignments, whatever it is, find the patterns, find why you have those patterns and start breaking them. So if you have a habit of not completing shit, start finding a way to fulfill those. Okay. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to see it through. And it's hard. Believe me, especially when you're starting, it's hard. When I worked on my fucking degrees, I was like, man, fuck these degrees. I don't want this shit. You could take it. But, you feel accomplished at the end of it. So, yeah, it's a long road, it's a long process, but you can do this. You just have to start figuring out why you keep blocking yourself and heal that because that's all it is, you blocking yourself. Okay, you have to believe in you for this shit to take off the way it's meant to. They want you to step up right now. So for some of you, it might be again, if it's work, it's manager. You guys might be going into a management position, and for other of you, it's just taking the lead in your life, taking the handles, and allowing yourself to heal and start finding ways to heal yourself. For me, I did a lot of self help books. I did Dark Night of the Soul that I found on YouTube. Um, I do a lot of frequencies. I listen to those chakra meditations, usually while I'm sleeping because I'm not bothered. I put them in for 8 hours, and when I wake up, I'm like on cloud fucking nine, and then life happens. But when you take the lead and you start working on the healing, especially if you're healing a relationship and you're in a home marriage type of environment, and that's what you're working on, you're going to find that harmony again. But somebody has to take the lead to make this happen because if both of you are walking around wounded and nobody wants to do this, it's not going to happen. Okay, you have to find that. And again, they're showing me that abundance is coming towards you. So if that's something you've really been worried about, or you've been like, I don't know how this is going to happen, it's coming. Okay, so just go with the flow. Don't be stressed out about it because it's going to work out for you. Yeah. And they're saying that if you're having, I don't know. I don't know if some of you are having issues with money in your relationship, and maybe that's causing a bit of a rift between you guys. And if it is, I don't know. Money is not a motivator for me. It's just not. I don't give a fuck. I'll. I don't care. What's meant for me is meant for me. What's not is not. And anybody that I've worked with knows that I give no fucks. So just know that money isn't everything, and money will have you all types of fucked up if that is your primary focus. We do need money to live in this fucked up society, yes, but don't let that be what motivates you. Don't let that be what drives you, because that is how people get lost on this fucking path. And then you might attain everything you ever wanted, but you won't have that true love. You won't have that in your soul. You won't find that peace and that harmony that your soul needs. Okay, so we live in 3D. I get it. We need life to happen. But understand, don't let that be your primary focus, because they're saying right now, this person is your fucking soulmate. And I'm sorry, I don't really like using the word soulmate unless it really comes out. I don't use it. I say person. But believe that you are capable of being loved by this individual, whether or not they're showing it, whether or not they've expressed it. And yeah, maybe they did do some foul shit. They're your person. And maybe they don't realize it, or they're still working through their own shit. Allow the time, allow allow the breather. Okay, when you allow things, everything works out better, because if you start forcing or trying to get the situation to take off now, it might end up badly, because there's things obviously that you need to heal, and there's things that they still need to heal. And if they're still doing shit like that and lashing out and being sneaky and manipulative and not saying anything, give it time, okay? Because that means there's karma at play right now, and there's shit that they need to become fully aware of and understand that you are their person in order for them to come back, okay? But until that happens, don't be the one like reaching out. Don't put yourself out there. When it's time, let them come to you, because if it's destined to be, it's going to happen regardless. If you talk or you don't talk, at some point they'll bring their asses back around. Don't worry, okay? But again, they're saying something's coming to light. So if that situation did or didn't come to light yet, it is going to come to light. Whatever it is that they've been hiding and not wanting to share, it's going to come out. And if there's things from your childhood that you haven't, that you probably forgot about, a lot of us forget about childhood memories or traumas because it was so bad that we just put it to the side. But that something's going to start coming back, and it's going to expose what's hidden. So maybe it's something hidden within you or the situation, however it is for you, it's going to free you. Okay. So if that situation, either one of those situations are yours, you're going to be freed from this. Okay. But it's for healing. It's for healing. So don't look at it as it was detrimental and it's a fucked up situation and it was bad, because sometimes the bad is our blessing. The bad is protecting us from something worse that could happen. Okay. So don't look at it as it's a horrible fucking thing, because I promise you it's not. Later on down the road, you'll be like, yes, that was a blessing. Yes, I'm so grateful I was protected from this. But again, they're telling you to embrace your inner child. And when I say embrace your inner child, it's go have fun. Go be like a kid, explore life. Don't hold on to all of the bad shit, all of this baggage that we like to carry around, because we feel like, those are our battle wounds, basically. They're our battle wounds and our badge of honor. And don't do that. Let that shit go. You're like, you know what? This person did play me. Yeah, I went through this. Yeah, that happened. Acknowledge it and accept it as part of your story. It is what helped you become the individual that you are today. But don't let it be you. Be who you were when you were a child and you didn't have any worries and you came at everything with love and you were open to receiving love. And if somebody did something, you didn't hold on to it. You let that shit rock and you're like, oh, whatever, I'm going to go play now. Be the same way now, because we hold on to these emotions and that's why we make our lives miserable. Our emotions are not meant to be kept. Like, none of us are happy 24/7. None of us are, well, some of us are depressed 24/7. I'm not going to say that we're not. Some of us are. I know. Um, but they're meant to pass. The same way the weather passes, it doesn't rain forever. The sun isn't out forever. It doesn't snow forever. It changes. That's how our feelings are. They're meant to be felt and let go. So start practicing that. Again, none of the shit that I'm saying is easy. It's not. Okay. Believe me, it's fucking not. But once you start doing it, it becomes easier, because you're just like, this is a temporary feeling. And when you look at it as this is a temporary feeling and think, how would I feel in 5 years? Like, would I even remember this situation 5 years from now? 9 out of 10 times, no. Unless it's something very traumatic or detrimental, you're not going to even remember half the shit that you're pissed off about or that you're sad about, and then, but you hold on to it for so long. It's not that relevant. In the grand scheme of life, half the shit that we hold on to has no relevance. You have to start letting it go, okay? So go play with the kid. Like, that's probably the most childlike thing you could do, is have fun with the kid. Run around. Like, I'd be playing laser tag outside with the kids. I'd be like, oh, we're going to go roller skating, or we're going to go do this. We're going to go do that, because they just want to have fun. They want to enjoy it. So go do things like that. And if you don't have kids, you got nieces, nephews, don't go to the park or nothing. People might be like, you're a fucking creep or some shit. Don't do that. But, work on that. Okay. So when you start feeling young at heart, you'll start feeling better, and it'll be easier for the creativity and all of that to start flowing towards you, because like I said, whatever your blockage is, your creativity is important right now, and you need to work on that so that you can get your career going. Okay. um They really want you to start this. And I'm sorry if I keep repeating things, it's because I keep getting the cards. So I have to say it again. So I'm sorry. But they really want you to start whatever it is that you've been putting off, whatever you haven't been working on, instead of just thinking about it. Because a lot of us will be like, yo, this will be cool, or that'll be an awesome project. That'll be an awesome thing to do. Or even if it's a fucking invention, you'll be like, yo, this will be so fucking awesome. But none of us put it into action, whether it's money, which a lot of us will say, I don't have the money, or I don't have the time, I don't have this. Well, now we have all the time in the world. Most of us are fucking shut the fuck down. You have time. Don't make the excuses. So work on that and do that, okay? But they really, really want you to do this. So I don't know what it is that you're meant to do, but it's meant to serve a purpose for humanity. So please, please, please do it. Take action. Again, they're saying take action again. Like I said, I'm sorry if I keep repeating this shit, but I have to read what they say. But don't be afraid, okay? And if you are afraid, go towards it. That's even more of a reason to go towards whatever the fuck is scaring you, okay? And there's a book, I probably said this in every reading so far for each sign. It's called The 5 Second Rule. I found it very intriguing for me because I suffer with anxiety and depression. So it's hard for me, sometimes to get out of bed or even find the motivation to do the things that I need to do. But in this book, it's basically counting down from 5 to 1. And you know how a rocket, spaceship, whatever, blast off, when you get to 1, you have to take a physical action. You have to take a physical action because in those 5 seconds that you're counting down, that's how much time it takes for your mind to talk you out of whatever your impulse is, whatever your urge is, whatever your soul's calling you to do. It takes that much time for you to talk yourself out of shit. So as soon as you get the impulse, the urge, the thought, count down. You say, you know what, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. You have to physically move. And the more you do it, the more you'll realize that you'll start acting out of instinct and impulse and not let it control everything. The mind is a great tool to assist, but if you're letting it dictate everything, that's when shit gets fucked up, okay? Supposed to be doing, start working on that. Make it happen. Like me, I be bullshitting. I've been supposed to be writing the book for like a year, and I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sit in. And like I said, if this is your person and they did all this shitty shit to you, they're coming back around, okay? Just make sure that you stay grounded. Make sure that internet, come on, internet. The emotion of everything, and we're like, we're in cloud 9 and imagining all this shit's beautiful and it's perfect, and sometimes that's not reality. So be okay, be in love, be whatever. Just be smart, ask questions. Don't let people pull the wool over your fucking eyes, and don't be like, oh well, I'm going to just let this slide and I'm going to let that slide, because the minute you start letting this and that slide, people think they're going to walk all over you and they're going to use you and they're going to keep shitting on you. So don't do that. But definitely there is a reunion coming, or it's going to be some type of party. Something's coming. Situations, well, definitely weddings, because I already got wedding in there. So, or engagement plan. And it's do right now. So maybe that's why the relationship is kind of on a pause. So if you're on pause right now, that's why you're on pause. They want you to focus on what it is you're supposed to be contributing to society. Whatever gift you have, you need to start doing that. And after that, that's probably when the relationship and everything's going to start taking off for you. I'm going to pull some crystal cards. Excuse me. You really have to work on your throat chakra, whoever that is. Communicate. Don't be afraid to talk. Like I said, the 5 to 1 countdown. Even if you're afraid to say something, just spit it out, because after it's out your mouth, there's no more anxiety. There's nothing to worry about. It's kind of like, let's see what happens. See where these pieces fall. Do it that way, okay? Because if you think about it, you're going to talk yourself out of saying it. So don't do it to yourself. I know I've done it entirely too much. And then after thinking about it for half an hour, my anxiety's through the fucking roof. And I'm like, I don't know if I can say this. I don't know if I should. And then I say it and I'm like, oh, look, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So don't be pressed. As long as you're always authentically you, it's going to come out the way it's meant to. Damn it, the hell. This card does not stop falling out. I think I got this card in multiple readings now. I'm going to do one more. Navy. All right. So the cards we have here, we have Amazonite. It's truth, revelation, the evolution, and natural flow of events. So again, if this is something that you're trying to work towards or get out of this situation, you carry this or you give it to the other individual and let them carry it. Now, Moldavite, again, this crystal came expensive crystal. So if you find it, make sure it's real because it is expensive. Moldavite is transformation, rebirth through fire, initiation, and opening to new experiences, revitalization, and renewal. So this will be great to have around you, and it's going to help you if you've been kind of lacking that type of energy. The crystal's going to give you that energy to kind of open you up and start working on what you're supposed to be working on right now. And the last one I have here, okay, so whatever it is that you feel you're going through, they're saying these crystals are going to be the most beneficial for you right now. I'm going to pull angel answer cards. If there's anything that you want to ask right now, focus on the question and on here, so I don't ever know. All right. So the first one is opportunity. And like I said, you guys, an opportunity is being presented to you. Excuses, stop putting shit off. Stop saying tomorrow or I'm not ready or I don't have time. 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes a day. Dedicate it. Say, okay, I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes to my book. I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes to my art, whatever it is, and make it a habit. The more you make it a habit and incorporate it into your routine, the easier it's going to become. And lo and behold, you'll have this shit done in no time. You're going to be like, wow, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. So that's your reading. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you got something from it. I love you guys. And I don't know what sign I have next. I think it's Pisces. But I'll be back on here in a minute. Have a good day, y'all.